Hey guys, I'm Roman, also known as Romanesque. I play the Elder Scrolls Legends, I stream the game on Twitch, and I'm a coach on Gamer Sensei. In this video, we will cover the fundamentals of deck building, a couple tips, and the 5 steps to build a successful deck. First, never play more than 50 cards in your deck. Having more would decrease the chance of you drawing your best card every turn, and it would only help in fatigue, which is very rare because of the large decks in this game. For the same reason, to increase your chances of drawing them, always play the maximum number of copies of the cards that are part of your win condition. This means that when looking at your deck, you should see most of your cards as 3 copies because you want the core of your deck to be consistent. Because the game does not offer very many good AoE options, it's very important to keep up with your opponent on the board, even as a control deck. Make sure you build your deck in a way that lets you have powerful plays every turn from 2 to 5 against any opponent. The best way to have a powerful turn is to use up all your Magicka. For example, the best play you can make on turn 2 is to play a 2 Magicka creature, and on turn 3 a 3 cost creature. That way, every turn, you get the maximum board impact. To maximize your chance of getting those power turns early in the game, you want to make sure that you have a healthy number of cards of cost 2, 3, and 4 in your deck. You don't want to include too many high cost creatures because of the risk of drawing them early game, and because after turn 5 you can fill out your Magicka by playing multiple small creatures. The key idea here is that you want to play cards of different Magicka cost every turn, so you don't want to have multiple cards of the same cost in your hand. So you should be careful to not put too many cards of the same cost in your deck to avoid drawing them. This is the concept called the Magicka curve. You can imagine that this curve will look very different between an aggro and a control deck, but whatever you're playing, make sure that it's smooth so that your plays flow well early game. We can divide deck building in 5 main steps. The first step is to choose a well-defined theme. This theme can be anything. It can be based on the synergies of a race, like orcs or werewolves. It can be based on synergies around the mechanic, like weapons, or it can be based around just an archetype, like tokens. In this example, let's assume I want to build a token deck. The second step is to look through all your cards and choose the 2 colors that match your idea the best. Here, for example, with tokens, I am for sure going to be playing yellow because yellow contains all the token generating cards. Let's say I want to make a token deck with a lot of card draw. Well, my second color will be red because red has Ulfric Housecarl, which is the best card draw for aggressive decks. The third step is to go through your cards and include in your deck all the cards that are both good and match your theme. Here there is a trap, because you don't want to put all the cards that fit your theme in your deck, even in a theme deck. For example, in my token deck, I want to have all the cards that generate tokens, like Scouting Patrol, and the cards that buff the tokens, like 5th Legion Trainer. However, I do not want Imperial Might. Even though it generates tokens, so it could be good, it's too slow at 5 Magicka. The good cards that fit your theme will be the core of your deck. It should be from 20 to 30 cards. Once you have your core, the 4th step is to find cards that synergize well with your core. So, for example, in the token decks, those would be the cards that go well with those tokens, either by filling out your Magicka curve, or by benefiting from having the board in a deck that's very strong at taking the board. Good examples of this would be Claudrus Illusionist, which lets you leverage your field lane control to get a lot of value, or Ulfric Housecarl, which lets you leverage your board to draw cards. Your deck should now be almost complete. The last step is to think about which matchups you expect to face and try to make your deck better against them. For example, if you're going to face a lot of aggressive decks, include Dunstar Healer. Having access to healing is very strong against aggro, but quite weak against control because you don't need it against them. For this reason, Downstar Healer is a card that should be used as a tech. It should go in the deck when needed, and be taken out when not needed, and replaced by another tech card. And this is the takeaway idea here. A deck is not set in stone, and you should always be looking at how you could improve it, and which card is not being very good, and what could be better in that slot. So keep experimenting. And this is the key to the last step of deck building. It just never ends. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned something. I'm Romanesque, and I'll see you next week.